precision of decisions whirling in my heart, and my vision of rescission has never been this hard. I got wasted when I...
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. I have been very busy prepping lots of food in the kitchen, and I want to just share some really good summer recipe ideas, things that will get you organised for the week ahead as well. I have got a gorgeous chicken and brie salad, some really nice oat bars, some amazing yoghurt bark, some fruit jellies and some pizza based cinnamon rolls. And yeah, loads of other little bits, so I will jump straight into the video and show you how I made everything.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is roast a chicken, just because I think it is perfect for when the weather is warmer. You can add it to salads, you can put it on sandwiches, or I can make up a nice fajita mix with it. I just think it is a really good one for the warmer weather. And to cook my chicken, I'm actually using a meat thermometer. This is the first time I have ever used one of these. A big thank you to Govee for sponsoring this part of the video and to sending this out to me, because this is now going to be one of those things that I can't live without. One of those gadgets that is just going to give me so much peace of mind. It is the easiest thing in the world to use as well. What I love about it is that you can connect it to your phone. So as you can see on the screen, I am just downloading the app and connecting the meat thermometer to my phone, so I can literally leave my chicken in the oven and my phone will let me know when it has reached perfect temperature. There is loads of different settings on the app for different meats. So if you're barbecuing, you can change the settings. It has got a default temperature, so you know that the perfect cooking temperature can be matched, and it lets you know as soon as it is done, or you can customize it to whatever you want. I just think this is just great because it means that I'm not going to have any dry chicken, because I do tend to overdo things, always err on the side of caution, and end up cooking things probably a little longer than I wished that I had done. But if I know that this is at the temperature that it is supposed to be at in the middle, then I know that I'm going to have perfectly cooked meat. So definitely a really handy little gadget. It also has a timer setting on the app as well. So if you've got multiple things in the oven, you can set a timer, and there is an alarm that lets you know when it's all done, or when it is too high of a temperature, it also will let you know. So with it, you will have perfectly cooked meat all the time. And if you want to have a look at it for yourself, then I will leave all the details down below.
Hey, I am yours, 'cause I want you.
So whilst I just let my chicken cool down, I'm going to start prepping my salad. So I've just got an iceberg lettuce that I am going to wash and chop up. I think salad is really good to have in the fridge for when it is hot outside, especially if you don't fancy like a big hot meal. This is the most simple salad ever, but it is just one of my favourite things to have because it includes brie, which is just the best thing ever to me. So I'm just going to give the lettuce a good wash, and once my chicken has cooled down, then I will just strip all of the meat from that. Obviously then I can use it for this salad, and then I've got a load left over that I can put on sandwiches. And like I say, I was probably going to make a fajita mix with some of it as well, making sure that I just get every bit of chicken off it. I didn't have that many salad bits for my actual salad, but I just added some cherry tomatoes, some brie, some chicken, and I love to have fruit in salads as well, so I've put in lots of chopped red grapes, and that is that. I will just keep that in the fridge, and I can help myself to it whenever I want some, and then add a little bit of dressing if I want to.
He would stare at her in class, and she would try to act.
I'm also just going to chop up some peppers just to have them to hand, because these are great for the kids for snacks and for their lunch boxes. And I just find that if I chop them up and keep them in a container, then they get eaten quicker than if they're not already chopped up, because the boys are more likely to grab a handful of them.
Write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. Maybe I'll call you my sweetheart and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper and started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining.
Next up is some yogurt bark. This is mine and the boys' new favourite thing. So I love to have Greek yogurt and honey and fruit, but this is just perfect for the summer. So I am mixing up my honey and yogurt. It is the easiest thing ever to make. I'm just going to spread it all out onto a baking tray, and then add lots of different fruit all on the top, whatever you feel like adding. You could add some chopped nuts all sprinkled on the top, or a broken up meringue would be really nice as well, because then it would be a bit like an eaten mess. You could put whatever you want to it. I think it has a really nice look to it as well, this yogurt bark, and you literally just put it in the freezer, and then when it is all frozen, just chop it up into chunks, and it is just a really refreshing snack or breakfast. The boys think it is like having a nice ice cream. It is really good for this weather, and it is, you know, much healthier than them having an ice cream or something. So yeah, I am really loving this at the moment, and we'll be making it on a weekly basis.
Now they're singing their love song, and they sing it kind of beautiful, calling each other sweetheart. I promise nobody can get in their way or steal the show. They're in love now, and I wanted you to know.
Next, I'm just going to prep some jelly for the boys again. I don't like to buy the pre-done pots just because the price difference is so big, so I much prefer to buy the big blocks of jelly and then just make my own. With making your own as well, you can add things to it, so I'm going to add some chopped fruit in there. And yeah, it's just a way of getting the kids to eat a little bit more fruit, and it is really nice having it in the jelly. So I'm just making up the jelly as it says on the packet and adding in the boys' favourite fruit into each of their pots. With 1 pack of jelly, I got 3 pots for their lunch boxes made up, and I also have 3 for just in the fridge that they can have as a pudding or as a snack.
To the end, I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over. You chose someone else, a new best friend. It doesn't feel like it was long ago. We were headed.
So that is 6 portions with 1 block of jelly, which I think is around 45p or something like that. So much cheaper than the little pots that you can buy already done.
Realize what was wrong with me, I can't deny. I took you for granted. You finally had enough.
My boys are massive Flapjack fans, so I decided to make a batch of them because they just always go in no time, and they are so inexpensive to make. So I am just completely guessing. I never measure anything for Flapjacks, I just go by eye. But what I have done with this batch of Flapjacks is definitely a game changer. So I have added Rice Krispies, and if you have never added Rice Krispies to your Flapjacks, then you need to try it. It just gives it a little bit of extra bite, a little something, and I will definitely be adding them every time. It bulks it out a little bit as well. Yeah, it's just the standard Flapjack, 4 ingredients with your sugar, oats, syrup and butter, and then yeah, I added in the Rice Krispies, which I just honestly found these the tastiest ones that I've ever made. So yeah, next time you make Flapjacks, have a little try with some Rice Krispies in. Probably be really nice with Cocoa Pops in as well for a bit more of a chocolatey Flapjack. Definitely will be doing that from now on. And these are really good because they can take them in their lunch boxes. Not that they ever last long enough for them to have them in their lunch boxes very often. And yeah, they always go down a treat.
That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend to the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else.
I'm also going to have a go at making something with a pizza base mix that I just had in the cupboard. I've got a few of these and I wanted to try and think of what to do with them that wasn't pizza, because I feel like we have pizza quite a lot. I just made up the mix with the instructions on the pack, and I thought I would have a go at making some mini cinnamon rolls, which actually turned out really good. I spread out the dough into a sort of rectangle shape and then spread butter all over the top, very generous amount. I then sprinkled on lots of brown sugar and then cinnamon. And I literally rolled it up into a sort of Swiss roll shape, cut it into slices. It is a little bit more crispy than a normal cinnamon roll, but I would definitely make these again. It was so easy, and I love anything that's got cinnamon in it, so it is definitely a big win for me. And yeah, I love them. I didn't make any icing up for them, but you could definitely make a nice icing cream cheese glaze to go over the top. That would be really nice. If you've got any pizza bases in, or you've got the ingredients to whip up some quick pizza base, then yeah, definitely have a go at making these. These would be great for a weekend breakfast as well. Another thing that I wanted to make was some little sweet potato fritters, I guess you would call them. Dead straightforward. I had a sweet potato that needed using. I could sit and eat these as a snack. I just cut them into thin disc shapes and put some olive oil over the top, also some garlic and salt and pepper. I then roasted them in the oven until they go nice and crispy. They are just such a good little side for a meal or a snack. I actually put them in the fridge and then reheated them in the oven when I wanted to have them, which didn't take very long at all. And yeah, I am such a big sweet potato fan, so a really nice way to have them. I'm also going to make up a few smoothie lollies, so dead quick. I just cut up a banana and some strawberries and added some apple juice. The boys love having lollies, but they are expensive, so this was a really inexpensive way to have some lollies in the freezer ready for them when it is a hot day. And yeah, tastes really nice as well. And other than the sugar in the apple juice, obviously, it is all good stuff. And lucky for me, after I'd filled the ice lolly molds, there was a little bit of smoothie left over, so I could enjoy that after doing all that cooking in a very, very hot kitchen.
So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite recipe was, or if you think you might give any of them a try. I would love to see you again for my next one. Take care everyone.